This is News 3 Now, live at 4, moving forward.
Good afternoon and welcome to Live at 4. We have a lot to cover today, but we are keeping an eye on some stormy weather that's coming up.
It's another warm, windy day.
Yeah.
Not quite as warm and windy as yesterday, but the winds of change are blowing. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington is out on the patio. We need rain, Alex, right?
Oh, we sure absolutely could use rain. The rain really shut off at the end of August, less a little bit of rain that we had right around September 21st and September 22nd. Otherwise, it's been dry. We have moderate to severe drought conditions across all of southern Wisconsin, so we could use this rain that's already approaching the Mississippi River that we can see on Storm Tracker. No severe weather right now with this line of thunderstorms, although they do have a severe thunderstorm watch over portions of central Iowa. Using Future Track, we see showers and thunderstorms moving right into southwestern Wisconsin as we get closer to our 6 o'clock show. These showers and storms could actually zap. They could take away some of the energy from the atmosphere for stronger storms mid to late evening, which would be a good thing. That means we get the water, but hopefully we don't get the severe weather across southern Wisconsin. Nonetheless, the potential is there for a couple of isolated severe storms, especially for areas from Madison and points off towards the west. The main threat will be gusty winds, although we can't rule out, especially in southwestern Wisconsin, a brief spin-up tornado and, of course, the heavy rain potential. In Maine weather, we're going to track that line of thunderstorms beyond mid to late evening, going on into the wee hours of the morning. What's your Halloween forecast like? And, well, in the end here, how much water can we expect out of this line of storms?
Thank you, Alex. As we barrel full speed ahead toward Election Day, battleground Wisconsin is still at the center of it all. Both presidential candidates are in the Badger State today. Former President Trump is up in Green Bay for a rally with guest star and Packers legend Brett Favre this evening.
We'll take you there in just a few minutes, but first, let's join our Braden Ross. She's live at the Dane County Airport, where Vice President Kamala Harris is expected to land in just a few hours before she heads to the Alliant Energy Center for a big rally and concert tonight. Braden, here we are. We're in the home stretch.
Yeah, that's right. This is Kamala Harris's 8th visit to Wisconsin since becoming the Democratic nominee for president. But this is just one stop in a barrage of campaign rallies Harris plans leading up to Election Day. Just today, she's hitting 3 different battleground states. She started the day with a rally in Raleigh, North Carolina, then a stop in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, before making her way here to Madison. Tomorrow is another busy day for Harris. She'll make appearances in Arizona and Nevada alongside several prominent Latino celebrities, including Jennifer Lopez and the Mexican rock band Maná. Then the main event for Wisconsin, Harris and Trump will hold dueling rallies in Milwaukee on Friday night, and we will certainly have coverage of that for you when that happens in this home stretch here. But we're here at the airport waiting for her to land. She's scheduled to land in about a few hours now, but we're also here at the airport because we have a fun opportunity. We're going to take you behind the scenes of the motorcade. I'm going to sit in the motorcade as the Vice President makes her way from the airport here out to the Alliant Energy Center and to wherever she's on to next. So I will have full coverage of that, and you can follow along in real time on social media to see what it's like, a little behind the scenes look of what it's like inside the motorcade. But tonight, you mentioned that star-studded rally at the Alliant Energy Center, and that's where we find our Maddie Hines. Maddie, there is quite the lineup there.
Hey, Braden, yeah, like you said, that star-studded lineup. We're expecting not only Vice President Kamala Harris, but Gracie Abrams, Remy Wolf, Mumford & Sons. These are names that if you're a student at UW-Madison coming down the street for this rally, you will recognize. And when I say rally, maybe I should be saying concert, little bit of both. Those artists haven't come out yet, but we have the Milwaukee Bucks DJ playing right now. And so clearly we are not in the persuasion phase of this campaign right now. This is about energy. She's turning out the base voters. I spoke to one UW student just a couple minutes ago who waited in line for, she said, about an hour. Here's what she had to say.
I'm really excited. I also heard rumors of Taylor Swift, so had to come check it out. Also love Gracie Abrams. I'm just really excited about Kamala running for president. I agree with a lot of the issues that I think she's fighting for. I think it's really just cool to be able to be so present in the political sphere here in Madison as well. So I'm just really excited.
We'll have more about that. We'll have more about that star-studded lineup, the power of celebrity endorsements later on Live at 4. But for now, I'm going to send it back to you guys. Reporting at the Alliance Center, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
All right, Maddie, good job to Braden as well. It is so hard once the music gets going at those rallies to hear anything. So well done, Maddie. We'll check back with you at 5. The latest Marquette Law School poll before the election shows Vice President Kamala Harris holding a narrow advantage over former President Trump. In Wisconsin, Harris leads Trump 51% to Trump's 45%. In Michigan, Harris maintains a 5-point lead over Trump. But for an electoral college victory, the all-important state of Pennsylvania has both candidates tied at 48% support. While Vice President Harris will be here, former President Trump is in Green Bay.
Political reporter Will Keneally is live there now. Hey, Will, what's going on?
Hey, that's right. We are waiting here for the former president to show up. And as Brady, you mentioned earlier, former Packers star Brett Favre also scheduled to attend and speak tonight. Now, I want to take you, if I can show you scenes that I shot earlier today from the line outside this Trump rally here. I would estimate maybe more than 10,000 people showing up to this rally here in Green Bay, as this is the closing arguments for the campaign for the former President Trump here, and then also the Harris campaign back down in Madison. Now, we're also expecting to hear from Eric Hovde, U.S. Senate candidate on the Republican side in that very close race with Tammy Baldwin. This will also be one of the first times that we've heard former President Trump speak since the Biden garbage comments, alluding to possibly calling his supporters garbage. Now, we spoke to one of those supporters who says that it just kind of rolls off her back, these kind of comments, that she's heard herself called worse, and expects that kind of rhetoric to continue throughout the less than a week now that we have in the campaign. Now, we'll expect the former president to speak up here in Green Bay around 6. We'll continue to provide you coverage live here in Green Bay through then. But for now, reporting in Green Bay, Wisconsin, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Thank you very much, Will. Well, health officials say children as young as 1 have eaten THC-contaminated food from a Stoughton pizzeria. More than 60 people ate THC-contaminated pizza from Famous Yeti's Pizza, according to Public Health Madison and Dane County, or PHMDC. PHMDC says the contaminated food was served between last Tuesday and last Thursday. It's unclear how much THC was in each product, but 25 people checked into the emergency room for symptoms. PHDMC says the contamination was unintentional.
When we come back, it is an alert day today. Alex will tell us where and when we might see some severe weather tonight.
And it's harder for religious ministers to get visas in the United States. How local religious institutions are handling a recent rule change.
During COVID, Joan Balwig took $500,000 in federal loans she never paid back. Then voted to block assistance to help other Wisconsin businesses grow. Joan Balwig, out for herself, not you.
I'm a steel worker. I grew up right here on a little family farm. Trump was here campaigning with Elon Musk. Now there's a prime example of who he keeps close. Donald Trump cares about his billionaire friends. He's just going to turn around and give them more tax breaks. But Kamala Harris is fighting for the working class. She'll make billionaires pay their fair share. That way working people get a fair shot. Elon Musk is voting for his money, and I'm voting for mine. And I'm voting for Kamala Harris.
FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
For 54 years, they were trying to get Roe v. Wade terminated, and I did it.
He did it. It was pretty devastating.
He is bragging about the rights that he stole from American women.
And Trump is promising to do more.
In Project 2025,
they are restricting birth control,
tracking pregnant women, enforcing a nationwide abortion ban. The government should get out of my business.
Stay out of my business.
That's not the government's business.
In America, women make their own decisions.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Don't miss the 35th Annual Winter Art Fair Off the Square, November 9th and 10th at the Monona Terrace Convention Center, featuring over 100 Wisconsin exhibitors with a wonderful selection of ceramics, paintings, glass art, wood, jewelry, and much more. Place your bids at our silent auction Saturday only. Children will enjoy the Young Collector's Corner. Buy local for the holidays. The Winter Art Fair Off the Square. Put it on your calendar today.
When I was 27, I was diagnosed with MS. That's life-altering news. I had to prioritize my health and start taking medication. Back then, these cost $6,000 a year. Now the generics cost 5 times that. Senator Baldwin claims she's fighting to lower drug prices, but she's taking millions from Big Pharma and works for them. I'm not taking their money. I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message. I'll fight the corruption and lower drug prices because I've lived it.
I thought you two were going to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison this afternoon.
No, we couldn't decide what game to play.
That's the great thing about Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. There is a myriad of games with a myriad of themes so you can find your perfect fit. Some machines offer free games, multiple spins, a bonus within a bonus, and multipliers. So many different ways to play means so many different ways to win. Find your perfect game at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
I can honestly say that Cardinal has never let me down.
Cardinal is the place to go for any type of work that you need done around your home.
The kindness, the efficiency, the professionalism, the respect was amazing.
We were very impressed with their cleanliness.
I definitely recommend Cardinal Heating and Air Conditioning because of the professionalism, the communication they provided.
Cardinal will always be my first call for anything that Cardinal does.
I think we're going to continue to use Cardinal for a long time.
This is China, and this is Wisconsin. Joan Ballweg invested thousands of dollars in Chinese companies, but voted against using state funds to help grow companies here in Wisconsin. Joan Ballweg, out for herself, not you.
Representatives from the Catholic Diocese of Madison say they could soon be forced to send their foreign-born priests back home.
It comes from a change in interpretation to immigration law made last year. Kyle Pozorski reports.
Many priests come to the U.S. to serve at parishes gaining R1 visa status, but these have a limited time period of 5 years. After this point, priests who want permanent residence need to apply or go home. The problem? Priests applying for permanent status are being met with a backlog after the Biden administration removed a special categorization for immigrants applying from Central America. This all means the priests here now have to go back home after 5 years while their permanent residence application is reviewed.
Suddenly the priest they've known for perhaps up to 5 years on an R1 visa has to leave the country.
Monsignor James Bartilla tells me this will have a huge burden on the diocese once many of their priests' R1 visas expire.
It affects priests very dramatically. The typical person at a parish where we have about 30% of our priests are international, in fact it's about 60-some% of our parishes, it impacts people in the local community dramatically.
In Madison, Kyle Pozorski, News 3 Now.
Kyle, thank you. The diocese, for their part, says that they're working to pressure lawmakers to address this problem so local communities relying on religious services are not negatively impacted. Well, in Fitchburg, there is a mini haunted house that hopes to wow some trick-or-treaters this year. Take a look at this. This is video from a mini haunted house set up in Greg Meyer's Fitchburg garage. This is terrifying. Trick-or-treaters walk through the house for a reward for some candy at the end, but are likely to be scared by 13 custom-made, Greg made them all himself, animatronics.
Everything you see I made by hand. Each one of my props takes me roughly 2 to 3 months to research and to build, and then takes probably about a week for me to set up, and then another 3 days to tear down again.
Myers says he's gained over 16 million views online after posting videos of his creations. And he added that if you think the haunted house is a little too scary for some, don't worry, you can just grab some candy right out front.
Oh, good.
Greg didn't want to give us the exact address to his home, but he did tell us if you want to see it, it's on Cassidy Court in Fitchburg.
If I'm going through that, I want more than just candy. I'm staying for dinner. I'm going to have some wine.
Maybe a diaper. Yikes.
That is all very impressive.
It is.
And Alex, we have some tricks in our forecast.
Yes, we do. We've got to get through alert day conditions, but the good news is for the Halloween forecast, it's looking brisk for tomorrow night and blustery, so you want to bundle up. But that's all because of a weather system that's bringing shower and thunderstorm activity already to portions of southwestern Wisconsin. Let's zoom in on here. Our friends out towards the Mississippi River and Prairie du Chien area, thunderstorms right along the Mississippi River, going down to the south and towards the east. Our friends in Platteville, we can actually see right now off to the west the darkening skies on our Queen Bee radio Skycam as these showers and thunderstorms press progress off towards the east in southern Wisconsin. Now here in Madison, cloudy skies, 74, so that's almost 20 degrees above normal. When you've got those temperatures, dew point, that's the measure of moisture, it's approaching 60. So it's just starting to feel a bit on the muggy side out there. Those are ingredients you need for showers and thunderstorms as we plan our evening. No storms in Madison at 6 p.m., but by 8 to 10 o'clock, we will have showers and thunderstorms as temperatures slip into the 60s, which is still incredibly mild. It's that warm, somewhat humid air in the presence of strong winds at the ground and higher up that's bringing alert day condition potential to southern Wisconsin, especially for areas from Madison and points off towards the west. With all the strong winds that we have at the surface and higher up in the atmosphere, wind is the greatest threat with our thunderstorms this evening, but we can't rule out with some of the spin we have in our atmosphere, a brief tornado spin up. So that's a very low risk, but we want to put that out there to be fully transparent. Here's a potential silver lining. Showers and thunderstorms, if it's a bit more widespread by 6, 7 o'clock, that can eat away some of the energy in the atmosphere for more storms as they move off towards the east as we get towards 9, 10 o'clock. That would reduce the severe weather threat, which we feel it will be weak or decreasing as is, but that decrease in the severe weather threat would be a good thing. The heavy rain threat is still going to be a distinct possibility as repeated bouts of showers and thunderstorms carry us into the early part of Thursday. By the time we get to 2, 3 o'clock, then things Thursday morning are pressing off towards the east. Maybe another line of showers and an isolated storm right around 8, but we're not expecting those to be on the strong side. Heavy rainfall, distinct possibility. If we don't get severe weather, which we don't need, we could use the raindrops. Think future track just a bit overdone. I'm not expecting 3 to 5 inches of rain over southwestern Wisconsin, but a healthy 1 to 2, maybe an isolated 3-inch amount. Madison and points off towards the north and west. As that line weakens, areas south and east of Madison, significantly lesser amounts of water as that line of thunderstorms weakens as we get into the early part of the morning. But there is more water in the forecast. Once again, Thursday, the Halloween forecast, it'll be breezy, bundle up, temperatures will be falling, but it looks dry through Saturday, and then a wet weather period for areas that need more rainfall. We all do. So southeastern Wisconsin, our friends in Rock and Walworth counties, if you don't get much rainfall tonight, you have good chances of rain Sunday, Monday, and Election Day Tuesday, when some of that rain could be on the heavy side.
Thank you, Alex. After a tough loss on Saturday, the Badgers are looking to bounce back, and no better time to do it than during trophy season.
That's right. Wisconsin heads to enemy territory in Iowa City this weekend as the Badgers look to take back the Heartland Trophy from the Hawkeyes this Saturday. Under the lights, the Badgers lead the Hawkeyes in the all-time series, but they haven't had the Bulls since 2021. Junior wide receiver C.J. Williams was the guest this week on Wisconsin Huddle, and he says the team is hungry to get the Heartland Trophy back to Madison.
I mean, the opportunity to go out there and play against guys that kind of have similar ideals, I guess you could say, right? Ideals and values to us. Just having the opportunity to prove that, hey, maybe we do it a little bit better, we do it a lot better. You got to love that. Just having the trophy back in the locker room, in our presence, you know, around us. Like, at the end of the day, right, we want all 3 of those trophies in the locker room. So hoping to get that 3rd one back in there pretty soon.
You can watch Wisconsin Huddle, by the way, Friday nights at 6:30. It airs immediately following News 3 Now at 6.
Oh, bring it on home.
Yes.
Well, when we come back, another haunted house in Madison.
An office going all out for Halloween, and how a local woman is spreading goodwill and smiles with some scares along the way. That's when Live at 4 continues.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Donald Trump intends to give tax breaks to billionaires and big corporations, to cut Social Security and Medicare, to impose what is in effect a national sales tax. When I am president, I will bring down the cost of groceries. My tax plan will give 100 million more Americans a tax cut. And unlike Donald Trump, I will always put the middle class and working families first.
FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
You have a clear choice in this election. Senator Baldwin is a 38-year career politician. I'm a businessman and job creator. She supports taxpayer benefits for illegal immigrants. I'll close the border. Tammy wants to put guys and girls sports in their bathrooms. I'll protect our daughters. Senator Baldwin abuses the political system. I'll fight the corruption. I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message. I'd be honored to have your vote.
For over 30 years, Denver Mattress has been crafting factory direct mattresses with innovative design and unrivaled quality, improving the sleeping lives of millions of people one night at a time. And during the pre-Black Friday sale, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out the Summit Firm, only $349.99. And save $50 on our Buena Vista lineup, or get 60 months no interest and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
I, Kamala J.D. Harris, do solemnly swear.
Kamala swore an oath, but Kamala created crisis after crisis. Our troops murdered, an open border, crime in our streets, skyrocketing costs, assassination attempts, Americans abandoned during disasters, and we're on the brink of World War III. A broken oath and a broken America. Kamala can't be trusted in the Oval Office. Vote for President Trump and save America. Make America Great Again, Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Donald Trump has always wanted unchecked power.
I have the right to do whatever I want as president.
And with Project 2025, he'll get it. No guardrails. This time, he will eliminate protections for pre-existing conditions, and he'll cut Social Security and Medicare to give more tax cuts to billionaires. Donald Trump is more unhinged and unstable than ever. If we give him total power, he'll put everything at risk.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor. And the potential to take you anywhere.
Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or get $5,750 total value on this Silverado.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Spooky season. By the way, while you were gone, it was brought to my attention I bounce when I say spooky. Anyway,
I just noticed that.
Spooky season is a reason to celebrate for a lot of people at home, but a Madison office goes all out for the occasion.
Our Josh Spreiter shares how a local woman is doing something good for Halloween.
You pop off the elevator a couple weeks before Halloween, and it's done.
This isn't your typical haunted house.
It's pretty impressive.
It's actually an office building in downtown Madison.
Don't ask me where I keep it, okay? I might get fired.
Meet Juanita.
I love it. It makes me feel good.
Not only does she keep the offices of Merrill Lynch clean, Juanita goes all out for Halloween. What started in just one room around 14 years ago now winds the hallways beginning right at the elevator. So many decorations, she needs a helping hand to make it happen.
And I got a friend of mine to help me because it was too much. So then I told my friend, can we decorate all this area before somebody else asks us to do it? She says, let's go for it.
Leading up to Halloween, family members and clients of Merrill Lynch get a chance to see it for themselves, giving kids and their parents some enjoyment.
I got 3 young boys who grew up coming through. They're in high school and middle school now, and they still talk about it. My favorite part, my kid's favorite part, is Wolfman in the back hallway. My kids came through the other day, and they're like, all right, where is he? You know, where does she got him this year?
Juanita says while she likes it to be spooky, she tries hard not to bring the scaredy cats out of people.
One year, I think they brought like 30 kids, and they were crying. I thought, no, I don't want to make them cry.
Doing something good and spreading positive energy in the workplace.
She keeps our office running. I have one plant in my office. The only reason it's alive is because of Juanita. And then everything she does here with all the decorations and end of year holiday, it's really special.
And sharing smiles.
I think that's what makes me happy. If one person can say thank you, or I loved it, I like it, that's all that matters to me.
In Madison, Josh Spreiter, News 3 Now.
Oh, way to go, Juanita.
Yeah.
That is so great.
Her little extra attention is making so many people happy.
Exactly.
I love to see
Yeah,
that.
I love that too.
Yeah, keep it up, Juanita.
Well, in just 3 minutes, an alert day continues for our area. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington gives us an update on the potential for some severe weather tonight.
And political visits to Dane County are leaving other areas of the country left out. Why the historically blue stronghold is so important for both parties.
The other side is lying to scare you. Truth is, Joan Ballweg is a champion for women's health care. She fought hard to expand healthcare access for postpartum moms and supports access for IVF and birth control. We're voting for Joan Ballweg because she votes for women like us.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Eric Hovde owns a $3 billion California bank. That's right, he owns it.
And a $7 million mansion on the beach.
Eric Hovde proposed $4 trillion in new tax breaks for rich guys just like him.
And to pay for it, Hovde would cut Social Security by 28%.
Slash Medicare 25%.
And veterans benefits 40%.
Outrageous. Now we know what's wrong with Eric Hovde. This guy is not for us.
I, Kamala J.B. Harris, do solemnly swear.
Kamala swore an oath, but Kamala created crisis after crisis. Our troops murdered, an open border, crime in our streets, skyrocketing costs, assassination attempts, Americans abandoned during disasters, and we're on the brink of World War III. A broken oath and a broken America. Kamala can't be trusted in the Oval Office. Vote for President Trump and save America. Make America Great Again, Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm Elizabeth Grabby, and this is Home. Whether it was saving our family farm, starting my small business, or standing up to utility rate hikes, I've learned to solve problems by bringing people together. And right now, we have some real problems to solve. Corporations jacking up prices, and extreme politicians banning abortion. I'm Elizabeth Grabby, and together we can bring down costs and protect the right to make our own medical decisions.
Announcing the winners of Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Congratulations to Buck and Honeys for winning 4 Best of Madison awards in food and drink, including Best Restaurant. See all the winners on MadisonMagazine.com.
Here's the secret worth sharing. Robertson, Wisconsin's aesthetic leader, has nurses that specialize in custom treatment plans. Always natural, never overfilled. Time to learn how aging is different at Robertson.
I think we're probably spending too much, throwing too much money on our southern border.
Last month, fentanyl killed my childhood friend. Drugs and criminals are pouring into our communities because Tammy Baldwin voted to open our border and defund our police. I moved here from New York to protect my family, but Tammy's bringing her New York values to Wisconsin. Tammy Baldwin is dangerous.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message. Join my team and give today.
Sarah Kieski, she supports lifting revenue limits, allowing property tax rates to skyrocket unchecked. Kieski's backers want to ban natural gas to heat our homes, driving utility bills through the roof. That's Kieski's record, expensive and extreme.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Busy State Street.
Look at everybody in short sleeves. It's
a heartbeat for November.
I know, it's almost November. Wow.
We're getting spoiled.
We are getting spoiled, but a stormy night could be ahead. Alex is out on the patio. And is the rain getting close to us yet?
Not super close to Madison just yet, but the dark skies. I was just looking over here to the southwest, Susan, and I can see the skies are darkening up because we do have thunderstorms further to the southwest over southwestern portions of the state. The showers and storms are lining up in Iowa and far southwestern Wisconsin, seeing some light flashes over Crawford County where we had a thunderstorm just tracking during our earlier newscast right around Prairie du Chien. But then zooming on down here to Platteville, we're seeing widespread showers and thunderstorms becoming more prevalent. And we can even see those showers and storms as they move off towards the north and towards the east pressing towards Madison as we head towards 7 o'clock, and then continuation of showers and storms throughout the rest of the evening. We're keeping a close eye on the potential for one or two of these storms to get on the strong side. Our live Queen Bee radio Skycam in Platteville showing the raindrops hitting the camera screen already, and we'll continue to watch these thunderstorms as they come out of southwestern Wisconsin for the potential of one of two of them to be strong. If they do get on the strong side, folks, as we carry through the rest of this evening, strong winds will be the main threat. Coming up in my next weather, we'll track this line of storms and when you can expect it to end, and will it end for trick-or-treating.
Thank you, Alex. Former President Trump is hosting a rally at the Resch Center in Green Bay.
6 days to go until Election Day. Political reporter Will Keneally is live there now. Will?
Yep, that's right. So we're starting the speaking portion here in just a second here, and apologies, I'm going to speak a little bit quietly because we're doing a prayer right now as we await former President Donald Trump to speak around 6 o'clock tonight. Just a few minutes ago, we heard from State Republican Party Chair Brian Schimming addressing what we heard from President Biden, possibly calling Trump supporters garbage, Schimming saying that Wisconsinites will not, quote-unquote, recycle another 4 years of the Biden-Harris administration next Tuesday. Also saying here that Wisconsinites are here in Green Bay to save America, kind of underlining the stakes of this election as Republicans here, former President Donald Trump, make their closing arguments to Wisconsin voters. Now, again, we're expecting to hear from former Packers star Brett Favre later today, as well as U.S. Senate candidate Eric Hovde running in that tight Senate race with Tammy Baldwin, as well as some local reps like up north, Congressman Tom Tiffany. Again, that's all set to kick off here around 6 o'clock tonight in Green Bay, so we'll continue to provide you live coverage throughout the evening. But for now, reporting in Green Bay, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
All right, Will, thank you. And as former President Trump makes his rounds in Green Bay, Vice President Kamala Harris is getting ready to make another visit here in Madison.
Harris is holding a rally at the Alliant Energy Center with a concert element to it. Our Maddie Heimsch is there right now. Maddie, what's going on?
Yeah, it feels like the concert has already started. None of the musical acts have gone on yet, but they have the Bucks DJ playing. I don't know if you can feel the bass, but I can certainly feel the bass of the songs going on behind me. In the lineup, we have Gracie Abrams, Remy Wolf, Mumford & Sons. These are names that if you're a student at UW-Madison, that young voter base, you will recognize. And a lot of people I've talked to here, when they're talking about the rally, they're calling it a concert as opposed to a rally. Now, the big question is there an impact? These celebrity appearances, these endorsements, do they matter? News 3 Now talked to business entrepreneur Mark Cuban about just that. Take a listen.
And really just energizes people to go vote. And so when you see those big rallies, it's not so much let's talk policy, because most people have their position already. But when you see Beyonce there, when you see an artist that you really admire, and they tell you to go vote, that's the difference.
Like you heard there, he's talking about when you see Beyonce at these rallies, or like Will was saying, if you are a Wisconsinite, you see Brett Favre, that really turns out the vote. And with 6 days left in the campaign, it's about turning out the vote. It's not about persuading anymore. So we'll be back on News 3 Now at 5 and 6 as the musical acts ramp up and as we eventually hear from Vice President Harris. For now, I'm going to send it back to you guys. Reporting in the Alliant Energy Center, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Maddie. We need to get her one of those special headset things.
We can feel the bass.
Yes. Well, in just the last 2 weeks, Madison has played host to campaign visits on both sides of the aisle, but especially from the Harris-Walz campaign. But why is a historically blue county like ours so important in this year's election? UW-Madison political science lecturer David Parker says it's a numbers game. Democrats have always targeted Dane County, but Republicans are paying more attention this election, too. This is due to not just the county's huge population growth in recent years, but also because Dane County is a good way for Democrats especially to reach areas outside of Madison in the media market.
You go where the ducks are, and the ducks are here. I mean, certainly they're doing voter outreach and they're going knocking on doors, and their game there is they're going to lose those areas, but they're hoping to lose by a lower amount. So flip it around. The Republicans care about Dane County too, so they got about 22% of the vote out of here. What they're trying to do is maybe get 23, 24% of the vote out.
So what does this mean for voters here in mere days we have left before Election Day? Parker explains that tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
Let's get a check on the markets at midweek, just an hour after the close on this Wednesday. A slight drop today with the Dow dropping 91 points. The NASDAQ is down 104. The S&P 500 dropped nearly 20.
Habitat for Humanity and Alliant Energy teamed up to build a home for a family in Stoughton. More than 30 volunteers showed up throughout the day to help out. With hammers in hand, they nailed in as many walls as they could, all of which will be sent to Stoughton to help the first-time homeowners.
We're a family of 6, 2 adults and 4 kids, so they have their hands full, speaking from 2 kids myself. So we're really happy that they're able to have a home, have a backyard, have something that a lot of us take for granted.
Habitat for Humanity has helped build more than 350 homes in Dane County. It's always looking for more volunteers who want to help the community.
Well, after the break, thousands of people will have more access to a local food pantry. We'll take you to the groundbreaking of a massive new facility.
And the community is demanding answers after several dozen people unknowingly ate THC-contaminated pizza. What local health experts say about the incident.
Rebecca Cook believes our parents and grandparents should be able to age with dignity. In Congress, she'll vote to strengthen Social Security and Medicare by repealing the tax on benefits, lowering the eligibility age for Medicare, and allowing Medicare to negotiate lower drug costs so our seniors get the prescription drugs they need at prices they can afford. Rebecca Cook, a homegrown Wisconsinite who fights for what's right. Project 218 is responsible for the content of this ad.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Dress up your home with new color-selectable light bulbs from Sylvania. Simply adjust the switch in the bulb to change the shade of light. Just $7.99 each. After rebate, check out our huge selection of interior lighting. LED wafer lights from Juno are an excellent lighting solution for any space and do not require recessed housing, making it easy to install. Just $14.99 each after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
This is the easiest swap to healthy teeth whitening that really works. Lumino Whitening Strips plus Lumino Whitening Toothpaste gave me way more whitening. It helps support enamel health for healthy white teeth that look so amazing. You can get Lumino at a Walmart and Target.
Shop the largest selection of Chevy trucks and SUVs in Wisconsin at Bergstrom Chevrolet. Lease a new Silverado 1500 starting at $355 a month, or a 24 Equinox EV starting at $299 a month. Stop in or shop and purchase at BergstromMadison.com.
If you've been seriously injured in a car accident, watch out.
Watch out. The insurance company is going to ask you to sign some papers. Don't do it.
You may be entitled to money your insurance company isn't telling you about.
Don't trust the insurance company after your accident. You can miss out on what you really deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today. There's never a fee until we win your case.
Gruber Law Offices watched out for me and settled my case for $2.5 million.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
I'm Tara, a nurse here in Wisconsin, and my patients don't want politicians like Eric Hovde making their healthcare decisions. He means what he says about opposing reproductive rights.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
And there are forces in Washington who want to pass a nationwide ban on abortion. And if Hovde gets elected, I worry he'll support that ban that could turn nurses like me into criminals. We need to vote against Eric Hovde.
Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
This is Senator Tammy Baldwin. This is her life partner, Maria Brisbane, a Wall Street exec who makes millions advising the super rich how to make money off industries Tammy regulates. Tammy doesn't get home to Wisconsin most weekends. She'd rather be in New York at Maria's $7 million condo. That's why New Yorkers have given Tammy over $1.3 million. Tammy Baldwin's not Wisconsin's senator anymore. She's the third senator from New York.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
New at 5, Donald Trump and Kamala Harris invade Wisconsin again, making their final push with days to the election. We have team coverage from Green Bay and Madison to bring you these pivotal moments.
First Warn Weather Team will be tracking alert day conditions all evening. Coming up at 5 o'clock, we'll be looking at Future Track to show you this line of thunderstorms that could bring some severe weather.
And ahead at 6, a local family's dream of owning their own home turns into reality. Over 30 volunteers came together to build hope. How this project is changing lives and how you can help tonight at 6.
A one-year-old child and 60 other people report having eaten pizza and other foods contaminated with THC. It happened last week between Tuesday and Thursday at Famous Yeti's Pizza in Stoughton. Public Health Madison Dane County, or PHMDC, says it will not be filing any citations or charges due to the pizzeria due to the legality of the Delta 9 product. The oil used is no longer in circulation and the restaurant closed for a full investigation.
We want to encourage folks who to fill out our questionnaire. Other foods besides pizza, through the responses that we've gotten, were contaminated with the oil that had the THC, including grinder sandwiches, garlic bread, and cheese breads.
PHMDC does say the contamination was unintentional.
Thousands of Madison residents will have their nutritional needs met soon as the River Food Pantry is breaking ground soon on a brand new facility. After raising nearly $12 million, construction is set to start Monday on the 32,500 square foot building. This expanded pantry on Packers Avenue features a commercial kitchen, drive-through service, and energy-efficient systems. The pantry is aiming to open late next year with a groundbreaking ceremony next Monday. Well, just after the break, the Halloween forecast may not have scary weather, but it'll be chilly.
Yep, we'll be looking for the trick-or-treaters tomorrow. And when you travel, it can sometimes hurt the environment. We'll talk about a troubling trend happening in the Maldives with coral bleaching when we come back.
During COVID, Joan Balwig took $500,000 in federal loans she never paid back. Then voted to block assistance to help other Wisconsin businesses grow. Joan Balwig, out for herself, not you.
Kamala backed Biden on everything. She supported his disastrous economic agenda, higher taxes on the middle class. Kamala backed his open border policies, and their weakness invited wars. President Trump fights for you. His strength kept us safe. Trump cut taxes for families. Prices were lower, and the border secure. But Kamala wants to double down on failure. Kamala broke it. President Trump will fix it.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
I, Kamala J.B. Harris, do solemnly swear.
Kamala swore an oath, but Kamala created crisis after crisis. Our troops murdered, an open border, crime in our streets, skyrocketing costs, assassination attempts, Americans abandoned during disasters, and we're on the brink of World War III. A broken oath and a broken America. Kamala can't be trusted in the Oval Office. Vote for President Trump and save America. Make America Great Again, Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
We count on gasoline to power our cars, our tractors, our way of life. So why is a city slicker from Miami, Elizabeth Groppe, okay banning gas-powered vehicles? Extremists like Groppe want to eliminate fossil fuels, robbing hard-working families, farmers, and small businesses of their vehicles. Miami Liz's radical ideas hurt our families and our main streets. Don't let Groppe get away with it. Born and raised right here. Todd Novak is our independent voice for common sense, protecting our way of life.
I'm working harder than ever just to pay the bills and provide for my family. But here's what Kamala Harris thought my money should go to instead. Job training for illegal immigrants, even after they commit crimes in America. Hotel rooms for illegal immigrants while our vets sleep on the street. Sex changes for illegal immigrants out of my pocket. Seriously, have these people lost their mind? Kamala Harris can never, ever be our president.
Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
You have a clear choice in this election. Senator Baldwin is a 38-year career politician. I'm a businessman and job creator. She supports taxpayer benefits for illegal immigrants. I'll close the border. Tammy wants to put guys and girls sports in their bathrooms. I'll protect our daughters. Senator Baldwin abuses the political system. I'll fight the corruption. I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message. I'd be honored to have your vote.
For 54 years, they were trying to get Roe v. Wade terminated, and I did it.
He did it. It was pretty devastating.
He is bragging about the rights that he stole from American women, and Trump is promising to do more. In Project 2025,
They are restricting birth control.
Tracking pregnant women, enforcing a nationwide abortion ban. The government should get out of my business.
stay out of my business.
That's not the government's business.
In America, women make their own decisions.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
This is China, and this is Wisconsin. Joan Ballweg invested thousands of dollars in Chinese companies, but voted against using state funds to help grow companies here in Wisconsin. Joan Ballweg, out for herself, not you.
Earlier this month, NOAA announced the world is experiencing the largest coral reef bleaching event on record.
Back in March, the bleaching became apparent in the Maldives, an island country southwest of India.
We talked with CBS travel reporter Wendy Gillette about how human activities threaten the country's sea life.
Brady and Susan, NOAA is not yet calling this the worst coral bleaching event on record, but that may come in time once it becomes clear how much coral has been affected. At least 74 countries are part of the mass bleaching, including the Maldives, a country that's 99% water and just 1% land.
The serene, sandy shores of the Maldives don't reveal what's happening beneath the surface.
Oh, baby shark's here.
Saoirse Macklin is a marine biologist at Hurawali Resort, where she educates guests and conducts research on coral bleaching.
As a result of increased sea surface temperature, we're having very, very warm waters. And so a lot of our corals can become quite stressed as a result of this.
The stressed corals expel algae, causing them to turn white and can eventually die. The resort attaches coral fragments to structures in the seabed to foster reef restoration, including outside its underwater restaurant.
Although coral makes up about 1% of our ocean sea floor or environment, it's actually home to 25% of all known marine species. So it's a really important environment for a lot of our marine life.
Macklin first noticed major bleaching this spring, now part of the most extensive bleaching on record.
For me, as a marine biologist, it's very, very sad to see. It's also a little bit scary.
There's another threat to sea life in the Maldives, fishing nets that drift from other countries that entangle and injure turtles. One and only Rithi Ra hosts a rehabilitation center to help them.
Fida is a patient. She lost both flippers on her right side, likely after getting entangled in a discarded net.
It's quite a big problem here.
Turtle biologist Abdullah Hamid cares for Fida.
She's hungry.
Who has trouble with buoyancy, enticed with food to dive to the bottom of her tank. The resort, where we also stayed for a special rate, partners with the nonprofit Olive Ridley Project on a mission to protect sea turtles. Even without a trip to the Maldives, simple steps can help, including eating less fish, limiting plastic use, and choosing local foods.
If we are not going to protect the place that we live in, then who will?
Biologists see Fida making progress and hope to release her back into the wild.
Fida is available for symbolic adoption on the Olive Ridley Project's website. Brady and Susan?
Is it clear, Wendy, how long this coral bleaching event is going to last? Brady and I are both thinking, is there still time to get to the Maldives?
So. There is still time, but no, it's not clear. The latest one lasted from 2014 to 2017 and affected more than half of all reefs. This one started in February 2023, and 2024 is expected to be the world's warmest year on record. Marine biologists are definitely very concerned.
Yeah, that adoption site that you mentioned, hopefully people can go to that and try to make a difference from wherever they are.
Yeah, hope so.
Exactly.
Thank you, Wendy.
All right, Wendy, thanks so much.
I'm now personally invested in that turtle's recovery.
That's exactly how I feel. You're reading my mind.
Alex, can you cheer us up?
I've got rain in the forecast.
Oh, okay.
That we certainly need here. No severe weather right now in southern Wisconsin. That risk is low, but we are getting the raindrops here, as I can show you perfectly on our Queen Bee Radio Skycam. We have quite a bit of vivid lightning earlier. Blaze and I are back in the office watching this storm in the Platteville area, but right now we just see green right now across this portion of Grant County, just north of 151 right now. This means heavy rainfall, which we just saw on the camera. The actual area of showers and a little bit of thunderstorm activity has moved to the north and east. That's going to be moving into Mineral Point here any moment, and then over towards Dodgeville when you join us for our 5 o'clock newscast. And believe it or not, we've got a Skycam now in Dodgeville, so we're able to see this storm coming up from the south and from the west. You can see the very dark lowering here in front of this area of showers and thunderstorms that will be moving off towards the north. north and towards the east. No rain right now in Madison, but we got a temperature of 74. That dew point is 58. I bring it up because that's starting to get up there. That adds a little bit of that fuel, that moisture for thunderstorm activity. And as we plan our evening, showers breaking out now in Madison as early as 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock showers. Could be looking at some thunderstorms in Madison by the time we get to the 10 o'clock hour. Well, we'll track that here in just a moment. Any threat for severe weather will likely be during the early to mid-evening hours, let's say now through at least 9, 10 o'clock, and then we should see a decrease in that threat. Gusty winds is the main threat from any storms that can get to that severe weather strength. Future track showing the widespread showers and storms right now. And what this could actually do is take away some of the energy for future showers and thunderstorms expected to move into the area. That's not going to turn off the heavy rain risk, but that could lessen the threat for severe weather, which would be good news. But widespread showers and storms, Madison and points towards the north and west through 10 o'clock. That line passes through the last line, rather, let's say midnight to 1 o'clock Madison. And as it moves off towards the east, it weakens considerably. Our friends south and east of Madison that also need the rainfall, you may actually miss out on quite a bit of the rainfall this evening with the final cold front coming through here at around 8 o'clock in the morning with a shower or an isolated storm. Then we'll stay cloudy on Halloween Thursday and windy. These winds coming out of the west, 40 to 45 mile per hour wind gusts. We have wind advisories east of Madison, so hold on to your hats, trick-or-treaters, and bundle up too. Temperatures will be falling from early morning highs near 62. They'll be in the 40s by the time we get to trick-or-treating time, so you want that jacket or something warmer for the trick-or-treat festivities. Beautiful day on Friday, seasonable. Saturday, not too bad, although the clouds will start to increase as we head towards Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Election Day Tuesday, it looks like a wet weather period for southern Wisconsin with several weather systems bringing the potential for heavy rainfall to southern Wisconsin. So areas that don't get rain tonight, you have another chance of rainfall very soon. We'll be right back.
I'm a steel worker. I grew up right here on the little family farm. Trump was here campaigning with Elon Musk. Now there's a prime example of who he keeps close. Donald Trump cares about his billionaire friends. He's just going to turn around and give them more tax breaks. But Kamala Harris is fighting for the working class. She'll make billionaires pay their fair share. That way working people get a fair shot. Elon Musk is voting for his money, and I'm voting for mine. And I'm voting for Kamala Harris.
FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Donald Trump has always wanted unchecked power.
I have the right to do whatever I want as president.
And with Project 2025, he'll get it. No guardrails. This time, he will eliminate protections for pre-existing conditions, and he'll cut Social Security and Medicare to give more tax cuts to billionaires. Donald Trump is more unhinged and unstable than ever. If we give him total power, he'll put everything at risk.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
After careful review of medical guidance and research on pain relief, my recommendation is simple. Every home should have Salon Paws. Powerful, yet non-addictive. Targeted and long-lasting. I recommend Salon Paws. It's good medicine.
The problem with Todd Novak? He voted with his extreme party leaders 100% of the time, like voting against lower prescription prices. And Todd Novak authored the law to ban abortion in Wisconsin, with no exceptions for rape and incest. Todd Novak is with the extremists 100%, and he's hurting Wisconsin. Elizabeth Grabe will defend abortion rights, get more police funding, and bring down costs. Elizabeth Grabe for Assembly.
Rebecca Cook believes our parents and grandparents should be able to age with dignity. In Congress, she'll vote to strengthen Social Security and Medicare by repealing the tax on benefits, lowering the eligibility age for Medicare, and allowing Medicare to negotiate lower drug costs so our seniors get the prescription drugs they need at prices they can afford. Rebecca Cook, a homegrown Wisconsinite who fights for what's right. Project 218 is responsible for the content of this ad.
We know what Joan Ballwig wants to do. Ban abortion and birth control. That's it. That's her plan. Sarah Kieski is focused on bringing costs down, and she has real plans to lower the cost of healthcare and housing, prescription drugs, and to cut your taxes. So if you want a candidate focused on banning abortion and birth control, that's Joan Ballwig. For everyone else, there's Sarah Kieski. She's running for state senate to finally bring costs down.
Well, take a look at this. CBS News is giving us a glimpse behind the scenes of its America Decides Election Day set. Boy, it's a beaut, isn't it? This is in Times Square in New York City. It will feature, among other things, augmented reality graphics, a state-of-the-art virtual set design, and election data visualization, which is a fancy word for that thing we call the magic wall for all of the election results. CBS News election night coverage begins at 7 p.m. Tuesday night. 6 days to go right here on News 3 Now.
Don't you want to just go and like play with everything there?
Yes, exactly.
Pretty swanky.
We'll be right back.
I'm Joan Balwig, and I'm here to set the record straight. I support birth control, the life and health of mothers, extending postpartum care, and fertility treatments, including IVF. I'm Joan Balwig. I have always fought for Wisconsin moms, and I always will.
We all know what Eric Hovde's trying to do, falsely attacking Tammy Baldwin by questioning her personal life. And Eric Hovde's trying to scare you. The truth is, no sex change surgeries take place on minors in Wisconsin. 0. And Baldwin didn't give funding to a transgender clinic. It's actually a youth homeless shelter. Eric Hovde's a billionaire banker who thinks he can lie about anything. But Wisconsin's better than Eric Hovde.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Donald Trump intends to give tax breaks to billionaires and big corporations, to cut Social Security and Medicare, to impose what is in effect a national sales tax. When I am president, I will bring down the cost of groceries. My tax plan will give 100 million more Americans a tax cut. And unlike Donald Trump, I will always put the middle class and working families first.
FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Kamala backed Biden on everything. She supported his disastrous economic agenda, higher taxes on the middle class. Kamala backed his open border policies, and their weakness invited wars. President Trump fights for you. His strength kept us safe. Trump cut taxes for families. Prices were lower, and the border secure. But Kamala wants to double down on failure. Kamala broke it. President Trump will fix it.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Meet Sarah Kieski. You might see her walking around in her Woke Genius t-shirt. Radical, just like the groups that support her. Kieski supporters want to defund the police. Her allies want to give voting rights to illegals and make it easier for felons to vote. And Kieski is backed by a group that wants to let criminals out early. Want to know where Sarah Kieski stands? Just look at the company she keeps.
Washington is corrupt. Senator Baldwin says she fights against Wall Street, and yet she lives with a Wall Street executive and gets all this money from Wall Street. She says she's standing up to Big Pharma and Big Tech, but look at the money she rakes in from Big Pharma, Big Tech, and their executives. Senator Baldwin doesn't work for you, she works for them. I'm Eric Hovde, I approve this message. I'm not taking their special interest money, I'll only work for you.
Sarah Kieski, she supports lifting revenue limits, allowing property tax rates to skyrocket unchecked. Kieski's backers want to ban natural gas to heat our homes, driving utility bills through the roof. That's Kieski's record, expensive and extreme.
And that'll do it for us today on Live at 4. Brady's in the newsroom with what's coming up later tonight. Brady?
Tomorrow on Live at 4, Dr. Zorba Pastor will be in the studio for one of his weekly visits. We'll have the latest health news and what you need to know for a healthier life. And next at 5, we have new comments from Trump supporters in their reaction to President Biden's comments, calling them, quote, garbage. Their response and a look at Vice President Harris's rally tonight.